October, the Vikings lost their
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Ford Field. Taking it about the 1. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
2nd and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Now a short one to Gesicki. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now this defense for the Lions, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Back deep, Marquez Callaway. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 3. First run now for Kyren Williams. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. On 2nd down, Williams. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Detroit! Michael Pittman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Flushed out right. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, no, bring it. Ready.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The Vikings at 4-5, a game under 500. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but...
Touchdown, Vikings! Romeo Doubs, 61 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Here's Minshew. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And Wilson in motion left. They'll fake the jet sweep, but instead give up the middle to Williams. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 15 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll go play action here with Minshew. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Give him 30 yards there.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the Vikings 9-yard line.
That's complete right side to Kmet. So he stopped for no gain. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Tucker on for the field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
A give to Robinson on the option.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter.
2nd and 5.
As they've got it as we resume action.
The second down throw now from Stroud. Got Dobbs over the middle.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42.
Stroud. Pass complete there to Nakua.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Lions' 37-yard line.
Stroud out of the gun here. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 5. Now Stroud. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10?
Touchdown! Puka Nakua, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings have taken the lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Callaway, the return man. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. This one swung out to Williams.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Off play action, it's Minshew. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Good work by Minshew there to pick up the first.
Back to throw here.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 9.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And the slant complete to Hopkins.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Now Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Up the middle, it's Williams. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Tackle made by Zaire Franklin. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Bronco 80.
A reminder that when halftime
halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. Stroud to throw it. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
Here's Stroud. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Again, it's Stroud. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he returns this to the 22. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Minshew, 1st and 10. Here's a diving catch right side. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. They'll go play action here with Minshew. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense, because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Tucker's kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. Next, let's get over to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. A touchdown run for Najee Harris. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there is no way he was getting away on that one.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Here's Minshew. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run it and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Gets around him. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 44. Throwing now is Stroud. That's out wide here for Robinson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? Just flipped from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Samuel in motion. On third down, Robinson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Minshew's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Minshew sets to throw.
A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down at 7.
They'll set up a throw.
That's complete to Michael Wilson.
First target, first catch, and a first down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
He'll drop to throw.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Here is 3rd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that'll bring him back within a point. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run again here with Robinson. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. They're going to look to throw. Three quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
A 58-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
They certainly caught a big break with that missed field goal. Instead of trailing, they hold on to that slim lead, and now we'll see how they play this critical fourth quarter possession.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Check, Panther. Hey, hey.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Pass complete there to McCool.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
No, no.
Robinson up the middle. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Vikings. Tanner Hudson, 28 yards. And the Vikings are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
McCann now for the extra point.
Opposite, green, black swap, Smith red, yellow, Lonnie.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Detroit back in possession of the football. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
They begin the drive with Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
55 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up, forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Now Minshew. It's caught on the right side. Williams. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the 2nd half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the 1st, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. Now a 2nd and 6.
13-yard line.
They run once more with Dillon.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from a yard out. And the Lions have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And Minshew will throw for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Here we go. Cross on switch. Alert.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Williams going to get it again on second down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. He is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. Tucker's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by a field goal, a minute 6 to play. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up first and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's third and long. This pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there, and the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap, seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for the Lions, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.